Hello everyone and welcome to the weekend warm-up. Kirsten Krull is out for the week. I'm Ernie Cottier and thank you for joining us. We're going to kick things off with women's hockey team as they wrapped up their regular season with a pair of games versus Ohio State. The Huskies would take 2 losses on the weekend with a 6-0 loss on Friday and a 3-6 loss on Saturday. Olivia Savard led the way for the Huskies, nabbing 2 goals on the weekend though. St. Cloud State basketball hit the road for the final week of conference play with games at Bemidji State and Minnesota Crookston. We'll start off with the women's results. In Bemidji, the Huskies started with a strong first quarter behind Madeline Dahman before the Beavers stormed back to keep the game close at halftime. Finally, Bemidji took a lead late to pick up the upset win over the Dogs 65-62. Game 2 was another upset alert versus Minnesota Crookston, and the Golden Eagles played to win in their season capper. Nikki Kilbottom led the Huskies with 21 points, but it was 40 points from the Crookston bench that led the Eagles to their 79-72 win. Your Huskies ended the regular season 19-7 overall. The boys made the same trip, and the Beavers stood strong in the seeding battle for playoffs. Bemidji jumped out to a 20-point lead and by halftime and never let go. Trayvon Marshall led the Huskies with 27 points, but the game would go the Beavers' way 86-65. The regular season finale against Crookston would be a return to form for the St. Cloud as they went into Lysacker Gym, where Trayvon Marshall put up 31 points for his 630 spot on the year. The Huskies rolled to an 89-77 win to end the season right at 500. The Huskies wrestling team concluded the regular season and claimed the NSIC championship, with the Huskies going perfect during the regular season. The senior James Pileski started the night off with a 5-2 win in the 149-pound weight class, and in the 157-pound class, Jake Barzowski also got a second victory against the Vikings freshman Jacob Tyranian. The Huskies will start postseason action in Sioux Falls for the 2020 NCAA Division II Super 5 Regional Tournament on February 29th. Taking a look at more results from around Huskies Athletics, men's swim and dive placed 4th at the 2020 GLIAC Championships with a score of 399 points. And women's tennis had a pair of tough road games, coming out with a 1-6 loss at Sioux Falls and a 0-7 loss against Augustana. Women's track and field placed 5th at the Maverick Invite in Mankato, Minnesota. Emma Baines broke 2 school records with a 7.61 time in the 60-meter dash and with a 25.14 second 200-meter dash. And finally, the women's Nordic ski team placed 5th in the NCAA Nordic Ski Central Regional Championship. The team was led individually again by Chelsea Booley with a 21st place finish in the freestyle interval start race and a 19th place finish in the classic mass start race. Taking a look at the upcoming events, tonight the women's basketball team will be at home to host the first round of the NSIC playoffs versus Wayne State. Men's basketball will also be starting their NSIC tournament, but them on the road against Augustana. Softball will travel to Topeka, Kansas for the Washburn Invite, and women's track and field will compete at the NSIC Indoor Championships. Women's tennis will have matches on the road against Minnesota Moorhead and UMary, and women's hockey will begin in the quarterfinals of the WCHA tournament by heading down 94 to take on the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Men's hockey team will welcome the University of Denver for a huge NCHC matchup this weekend. For more information on SCSU athletics, visit scsuhuskies.com. We will see you back here next week.